And the only thing I was going to talk about, just to kill a little time before we start, just in case someone else does come, is these like little kits that I got. Here, let me stop blurring my background. Like this one is a bead thing where you like make a little bracelet. Um, this one, it's another little wristband, but it's like a leather wristband. The Cahill wristband. Oh, let's grab some of the ones I was. This one's a submarine that you make out of wood, which I thought was really cool. There's that one guy that likes models that I thought would like it.
Oh yeah, some of the people who like models, that would be fun.
This one's a Gatling gun, which I thought a dream catcher.
There was one of like a VA ID wallet. It was really cool looking.
Yeah, some of those are, and those are given to inpatients often to work on to give you things to do, and that's also another thing where it says, oh, it's just a crafty little thing that we give to people to occupy their time. Well, I think it's more exciting than that.
There's that VA
Yeah,
wallet.
that's cool.
That's neat.
It's like leather, you stitch it.
Yeah.
I liked one of them and I made it for my dad for Father's Day because I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, I would like to make that wallet thing. I think that's pretty neat.
There's a couple of bird house.
I've always wanted to do leather working. I'm just not didn't get into any of it yet.
You know, I think from my point of view, it would be fun to do this project for quite a few times. I don't see it as a one-time thing. To me, I would like to maybe learn more, start with this and see what we come up with. And what's everybody else think of?
I think that's, I saw that video where, our squares, if we have everyone's doing red, white, and blue, maybe we could join them and make like a quilt pattern or something.
I said that.
And we make so many of that. I think that would be
so
awesome.
That's a wonderful idea, except there's one big problem with that. Is that everyone's tension is different and the sizes will be all over the place.
Yes.
So it would be better to work on your own and combine them. So I did I sent Brian videos from the same creator, and there's a video, there's the 3 I sent him, and then there's one more that I missed that I just sent him, so we'll send that out too. And they go over like making the square, one's on color changing, another one is on combine as you go, where you can combine the squares as you build them. And then there's another one that we'll send out that I forgot, is on how to stitch. There's different methods to stitch them together depending on what you want to do. So I sent them all out. I really like Toni Lipsey's videos. She does an excellent job at explaining and really pointing out the parts of the stitch that you're looking for. She's how I learned how to do Tunisian crochet, not regular traditional, but the Tunisian. And she's helped me improve my squares. The first time I did a square blanket, I just kept going in to make a blanket, and my blanket was like twisted. It started to spiral. Well, here it was a simple thing. It's flipping your work over on each round, which surprisingly, that's exactly what you do when you go back and forth. You flip your work.
Well, that's really interesting because I never thought about that.
Yeah, so I picked up a lot of neat tips and tricks from her. She's a great creator of videos and things like that. She has a Facebook page. I was on it for a while. I struggled with some of the things that she allowed on her page, and so I don't really follow her Facebook group, but I still love her videos. She's amazing.
Well, let me ask a question, Carol.
Yeah.
Your idea about making blankets. I know that at the long-term care facilities that the auxiliaries of, say, the American Legion would bring in small blankets that they had each person crocheted their own. And maybe if we get to that point, we could, you do yours and I do mine, and we could donate these from the Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Yeah.
and go to Perry Point or Loch Raven or Martinsburg or any of those places. I think that would be really cool. Crystal, what ideas do you have?
I'm letting y'all run with this. I have no clue.
Well, so surprisingly, something that my grandmother used to do with her crochet is she made lap blankets for the nursing home.
Yeah.
For like,
Yeah.
so just little lap blankets for wheelchairs for the nursing home. And she donated tons of them. So yeah, that's what she did. To keep busy, to keep her mind active, to reduce stress, and she donated them. I mean, at the time, her mother-in-law was in the nursing home and she would go there frequently. So, in fact, when I was young, she took me frequently to the nursing home to volunteer. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Lost your sound.
Oh,
And-
and you're on
I
mute.
know I did. I purposely muted myself so I would shut up. But I think these are great ideas to get started on.
Yeah, one of the other PVAs, the Buckeye chapter, they had a bunch of people doing blankets, and they donated to the chapter and gave them to a couple of the members that wanted them. So I love that. I love them. All these ideas are great.
So has anyone never crocheted before?
No, I did a long time ago in my teens, but I could never get, like, see how tight yours is? Mine were like all over the place. I could never keep it consistent.
It takes a lot of practice to be even, and that's why I struggled with crochet when I was younger. My grandmother taught me because I couldn't keep my tension. It's about keeping your tension. It takes practice, and I think the best way to practice is making little squares because they're small and you can keep practicing each time. And little squares are a great way to learn new stitches. That's actually how I learned a lot of stitches, is I just made little samples. I practiced them. When I was done, I'd take them out, start again, do another one, take it out, until I got good at it. So don't be discouraged if it's all over wonky. That's okay.
Well, and it may take a long time to get one blanket done. For me.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. You pick it up.
That's all right. We've got nothing but time, right?
Yeah, so that's like all I hope is that you start us off to show us how to start, because some of them and don't even remember how
No,
to do it.
Oh, no,
anymore.
that's fine. I wanted to start at the beginning to explain a few things. So when you get the little strip that comes on your yarn, and you'll see there's some great little information here. It'll tell you the weight of the yarn. If you're knitting, it'll give you the needle size. If you're crocheting, it'll give a recommended crochet hook size. That's not hard and fast. For this project, we actually this recommends a 4 millimeter. We're going to be using a 6 millimeter. Part of that was my mistake when I was looking at it. I wanted to go up from a 5 to a 6. And when I looked up 4, it recommended a 5 or a 6. And then when it came in the mail, and I was like, oh, that's way thinner than I thought it was. So it'll still be fine. Your stitches will be looking loose, but it'll actually help you see the stitches being up a size in the hook. So it'll be fine. It also, I always save at least one of these when I'm making a project for somebody else, because there are care instructions on how to launder this type of yarn.
Okay.
If you can
And
read it.
I always include, how it tells you like what it's made of. This is 100% cotton, and then it tells you how it can be laundered. So I always include one of these when I make a project. I put it with the project to give, so it's kind of like a little tag. It tells them like how to care for it.
I
So
need
that
a
is that.
I need
What's
a
your
mag
question?
glass to read it because I'm so old.
Oh yeah, some of them I'm like, well, even when I have my glasses, I'm like, what is that? What does that say? And also, when you're doing some projects, you're gonna have like the color on here, but there'll also be a lot number. If you're doing a project with where you're gonna use the same color and you need to buy more than one skein, you really want to match up your lot number as much as possible. Sometimes acrylics are easier, but some natural fibers will take the dye differently, or a smaller manufacturer, their dye lots can be off significantly. So if you're butting up like two navy blues together, you might see that they're off. Depending on what you're making, the dye lot may be a significant issue for you. So just something to keep an eye on. So that's that. So back to the hooks. This is the hook. This gold one is the hook that we sent. That's a 6mm hook. This blue one is a 5mm hook. And this purple color is the 4mm hook. So you see the difference is significant in the hook size. And all crochet hooks are different. This is my favorite brand because I like the deep cut and the pointed tip for me. Some will be more rounded. This is a sample of one. I don't know if you can see. It's not as cut as deeply. And it's not as pointed, it's more rounded. But I wanted to show you that if you have trouble holding, there are different kinds that have bigger grips.
I like this sort of rubberized end that helps hold.
I like the feel of it for me versus just a plain metal one, but they come different. Here's another one that has like a wooden handle. I've seen where you can buy just like some people sell specialized pieces that will go on the plain metal ones. So that's something. Everybody's different. If you don't like this hook, there's plenty of other hooks you can try out there. If you're getting caught up on something, you don't like the pointy end or the is too deep for you. It's a personal preference, really. I've seen people like different things. And then you probably got your two little darning needles here.
Yes.
That is going to be for weaving in your ends. Actually, they come in other styles too. This is one of my favorites because it has a little bit of a bent end to it.
Hold it closer to the camera.
I don't know if you can see it, how the end is bent.
Yeah.
So that's a personal preference. For some of my projects, I prefer that. It just makes it easier to grab up some loops when I'm weaving in my ends. That's the thing I hate the most, is starting and finishing. I hate weaving in ends, and I hate getting started because I can never decide what I'm going to make. If you don't have scissors, you might want to, any kind of scissors are great. These are my specific crafting scissors for crochet or anything small. I keep these. I guess I'd never be able to fly with these. They're a weapon.
I think you could now. You know,
So
right after 9/11, I got on a plane, and well, not, you couldn't get on a plane right after 9/11, but I got on within several weeks on Southwest, and one of the flight attendants had two long crochet needles with her. And I thought, why are you allowed to carry these when we just had, anyway, never mind.
it's totally fine. Okay, so we'll start with our yarn. Hopefully you can see this okay. So
Question.
I always struggle with making a magic circle. There's actually two different ways I've seen to start a granny square. One is with a chain and one is with a magic.
Another question. Should we take the skein out of the paper thing?
Yes. So here is one of my skeins, and what you're supposed to do is like squish it down and find the center. This one I messed up. I couldn't get the center out. So I pulled from the outside. Pulling from the outside is harder than the inside, but you know, if it's going to fight me and I'm going to get a big bird's nest in the middle, I leave it alone.
Okay. Thanks.
So there's no right or wrong way. I will tell you, pulling from the outside, you'll get like a choppy tension because it'll flip around and roll around. Sometimes if you have a bag or something, you can kind of like put it in the bag and let it flop around in the bag as you're pulling the yarn out. You can also re-wrap your yarn and make your own little ball if you want to. So that's easy enough to do as well for that. So for starting for a magic circle, I like the magic circle because I can pull the center really tight versus using a chain start. Tony has done videos with both different methods. But I really like the one video where she talks about how to make it's a really easy circle, a magic circle. So you have your working side that's attached to the ball, and then you have your tail. So you're going to lay your tail across your palm, and you're going to just anchor it just below your index finger. You're going to wrap the yarn around high on your finger and then lower on your finger.
Do that.
So it looks like this.
Do that again.
Okay. So here's my tail.
Okay.
I'm gonna anchor it. I'm just gonna wrap it once and a second time. So I have 2 loops on my finger.
Okay.
And then we're going to take the back loop, bring it over the front loop, then bring that front loop over the back loop, and see, I messed up. Try again. I bring it over and bring it over, keeping that one loop on, and then pull it, and then you'll have a slip knot, but your slip knot will be with your tail end. Normally when you make a slip knot, you want your slip side to be on your working yarn side, not on your tail side. But for closing in your circle, you want it on the tail side.
You
do that again.
Oh, sure thing. I'll keep doing it. It's no problem. So you're going to anchor it, wrap it around your finger twice like this. So you have 2. Okay. Take the back one, pull it over the front one, pull that one back over again.
I got this
and
wrong.
Bring it down to make your knot.
Show me inside your. When I turn my hand around.
Oh, I did it.
I have 3 on my front side of my finger.
Okay, so I just laid the yarn across my hand, put my thumb to hold it in place, wrap it around.
Yeah.
It comes underneath, wrap it back over top, and so you just have those 2.
The 2.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Then you're gonna take your back loop, bring it towards just over the front loop, and bring the front loop over your finger, keeping the other one on, and then there's your knot. Do I need to do it again?
You pull. You pull. Okay. All right. I think I got mine.
Okay. Everybody there?
I keep long tail. Any kind. Oh, you got it, Brian?
Yeah. I actually I'm like so proud.
Yeah. You got it, Crystal?
Okay, good.
Is that too big? How do I close that up? See how big
okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our hook in that hole. Okay. You want to close it a little bit, but not all the way. You want to make it where you can hold it because we're gonna work into that. See, so we have our tail down here, and then our working yarn is in the other hand. Now I should go back. There's different ways to hold your hook. I'm a knife holder. I hold my hook like let me get back here in the screen. I hold mine like a knife. There is a pencil hold. Sorry, I can't do the pencil hold. I just can't do it. I've tried to learn it. I can't do it. I'm a knife holder. So I hold it and I wrap it around like a knife. That's it.
I need to ask again. You said
the loop. I'll do it again.
All I get is the leftover of the tail.
Okay, go around your finger.
That
so you have the 2.
Yeah.
You just pull the one over, then grab the back one and bring it over all the way and then tighten down.
I'm not seeing it.
Okay, I'll keep going.
Wait, I'm sorry, kids.
You're good.
No, you're
That's all
good.
right.
It's fine.
Can't believe
Yeah,
I
I've never
figured
done
it
it
out.
this way.
Okay, so just anchor it in place on your finger here.
Yeah,
Wrap it around. Bring it back up and around. So you have 2 loops on the top of your finger.
right.
I hold both ends under my thumb on the underside. Take the back loop and bring it over the front loop.
You mean the original one with the tail?
Yep.
Yeah, the one that's closest up top to your
That-
palm.
That's
Bring
what
that
I'm
over,
doing.
but not all the way over. Then grab the other one and
So
slide
you-
the other one up over your finger.
Whatever. Yep.
I'm taking it all the way off of my finger.
This,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
after the first time. Let me go again. You're almost there.
Yeah, you
So we
don't take
wrap it-
the first one all the way over. You take the second.
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
wrong.
so the first one you're gonna take over, then you're gonna pick up the one that you just crossed over and bring that one all the way over your finger.
Okay, I got it.
Got it?
Yeah, I've never started
right.
in this way, so this is new for me.
No, you're fine, you're fine. All
All
right, so we have our tail end. I keep my tail end down, and then my working yarn I keep in my left because I'm right-handed. Don't
Yeah.
ask me how to do it the opposite way because I can't do anything left-handed. So this is my tension. This is our magic loop. So what we're gonna do, for me, I hold my yarn and then I wrap it around my index finger and then I hold, I kind of hold where the knot is. You can do like 2 loops around if you need to for tension. And I hold where my knot is. Everybody kind of here. Sorry if I'm out of screen.
No, you're in screen.
Okay. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yep, yep.
Then we're going to yarn over. So you want to
Okay.
wrap the yarn over your hook and bring it through the loop.
You mean say that again, take your hook over the yarn or your yarn over the hook?
I take my yarn, I kind of almost take my hook and back it in and wrap the yarn around it
Okay, I know what
and
you're
bring up a loop through the hole.
Now, oh,
Yep.
I think I'm getting my,
This is
I
the
don't know.
hardest part.
Okay.
okay, so I got the 2. But
Okay.
how much should be between your finger and the hook?
However much you, it's a personal preference.
Okay, now am I scooping under that yarn piece or over?
I go under, like I call it a yarn over. So I bring the yarn over the hook and we're going to make another yarn over and we're going to bring it through that loop we just made.
Oh, I don't know. I can't release it. I can't get it to go. Where is your, your tail? Where's your tail in your hand? Because I'm
My tail's
right-handed.
back here. Here's my tail back here.
Okay,
This is my tail. This is my working yarn.
yeah,
So I kind of hold where that knot was that we just made,
Okay.
and I have our first loop.
so you have to
Actually,
leave.
I kind of hold my loop. I hold all of that loop, that first loop we made over our finger after I
Carol,
pull that
are
second
you-
loop through.
Are you right-handed, Carol, or left-handed?
Yeah, no, I'm right-handed.
Okay, so
Okay.
I think for me, I'm holding the tail end with my little finger and my thumb.
Yeah, I have that,
And
but I'm
that's-
trying
Okay.
to figure out. I'm trying to see how she's bringing the loop. How she's taking the this.
So if you have to, you can even go like this. Just wrap it around your hook. You laugh.
Wrap
I've
it
seen
around-
people do it. They wrap it
over
around
the
their
top.
hook, and then we're
Over
going to pull that loop through through the loop we just made, and then we'll have 2 loops there and our circle that we started with.
Well, I'm gonna try. See, it gets too tight. It gets that's my problem.
Okay, you have
I-
to keep a little space on the loop that's on your hook.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're gonna do another one.
No,
Same
I
thing.
haven't even done the first one yet.
That's okay.
Once I get it, it'll be good.
No, it's totally fine. Let me show. I can do it again.
Oh my, see, Ann, see, I got the loop.
Good. Well, yeah, I look at my loop and I think, oh dear, it's loopy, all right. I'll have to do this more than one time to practice.
Yeah,
It's a-
I'm recording.
Have you gotten it?
Did you get it,
Brian?
Brian?
Oh, I think I've done a couple. Do I keep going or what do I
Okay,
do?
so you should have your circle that you made, and then you should have 1, 2, and then the third loop is on your hook.
Yep.
Okay.
Where's the flat? You know the so the hook, you know the hook part, should that be
Yeah.
facing, should that be facing you?
I
When-
face mine towards me, yes.
Okay.
Like this is facing, yeah, I have my thumb and my index finger on kind of where the writing is.
Yeah, yeah.
That raised part. Yeah, that's how I hold it, and I have it facing towards me.
Boy, this is this is not coming back to me. I was hoping it would
That's
come
okay, don't worry.
back. I'm just okay, so wrap it around, right?
Okay,
And
yep.
then-
Do you have your 3 loops on there?
No, I don't have
On your
3.
circle?
I haven't even done the first one and pulled it through yet. Because when I
Okay.
go to pull it, my
Okay, so-
starter hole
Right.
starts closing up.
Okay, so try put your hook through the loop, and I like to hold,
Oh,
I hold a bunch of my loop together, like the knot and like
oh,
part of the loop. I don't know if you can see here. I'll just make this bigger.
hey, I got one. I got one.
Okay,
Hey!
yeah, so I kind of hold it and I make like a smaller loop. You get 1 loop in, yarn over, pull through. That's 2. Yarn over, pull through. We have 3. So we have our loop, and then we have 3 chains. So what we're making is our 3 chains.
Oh, if you go past 3, does it count?
You don't need 3. You only need 3. So
Oh, okay.
Oh, you still
so
got
when we're building our let me bring this one in here. So when we have our this is all clusters. So anytime we start a cluster, we have to do a chain 3, is which we just did. And then we're going to go into a double crochet. And always you'll start your row with that chain 3 to build it, and then your double crochets will come from that. So this pattern is basically 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets. It's really, it's very repetitive. So once you get it, you'll be able to do it like nobody's business.
Yeah, and I just lost my original loop.
Oh no! Do you need me to go back and do it again?
No, I think let me try this again. I think I can get my loop back.
That's why I sent you those videos, because when you I would never remember, and I think those videos are really helpful. I can't tell you, I love YouTube because I can go rewind, go rewind, go rewind.
See, now what I remember always hanging on to my tail back here.
And you will. That's when you're going straight, you hold it. But we're gonna be the hardest part is getting the center started.
Yeah,
I think.
See, I can't get that. I have that one loop, and then when I want to do my second one.
So when you have your loop and you're pulling one up, what I would try is hold your knot and some of your loop down here like you would your tail.
Yeah.
So you have a smaller loop on your hook, kind of thing. It's not, you know what I mean? Like I'm just holding all this extra down here. I don't know if you can see that okay. And then I'm going to yarn over and pull through. That's my first loop. Yarn over, pull through. My second loop, yarn over, pull through. That
when you're doing that second loop, you're doing it through the one that you just created. You're not going.
We're creating a chain. We're just creating a chain.
Okay, all right. Let me, because I think what I was doing is I was trying to get it to that first
into the
loop
center.
Yeah.
We're going there next.
Oh. So, but you only want 3, right?
3, yes,
Initially?
3 is good. Okay. Then here
Well-
comes the hard part.
Uh-oh.
the far part's
How did
coming.
Carol, did you
Okay,
get
so
your
we're going
3?
to yarn over. So we have our yarn over. We're going to go into our hole. So
Which
when I'm
hole?
the loop that we made at the very beginning, we're going to go into that loop. So when I do that, I kind of hold my tail end and the piece right by the knot. So I have a spot to hold on to. You can hold on to like more of the loop if you need to, like just hold on to the loop, just make a hole big enough to put your hook through. But we're going to yarn over. We're going to go through that hole, yarn over again, bring that yarn up through the center hole again, and we should have 3 loops on our hook.
Oh, see, I remember getting I remember doing that long time ago. Knitting is much easier.
I don't know about that.
I used to knit all the time.
Okay.
I think knit can be easier for
Wait a
I don't
minute,
know.
I just went off the picture. There.
okay.
I
Does
think-
everybody have your 3? Let me do it again. Let me show you again how to do it.
I've got my 3. What about you all?
I got my 3.
No, I'm just
So yarn over into the magic loop, yarn over, bring that loop up through the magic loop, and we have 3 on our hook.
Okay.
easier. You guys keep on going. I'll figure
Okay,
this out.
we'll go back if we need to. Then you're gonna yarn over, pull
Do it-
through those first 2 loops on your hook. Then you'll have 2 more loops on your hook. You're gonna yarn over and pull through the second 2 loops. That's a double crochet.
Now, wait a minute.
Oh god.
It's okay. It's you never did it before.
So we get 3 hooks on here.
Okay. We'll go yarn over into our loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on our hook. Yarn
Okay.
over, pull through the first 2 loops.
And then you have 2 left.
Then you have 2 loops. Then you'll yarn over
Yeah,
and pull
yeah.
through those 2 loops. Now you should be back to 1 loop on your hook, and you should have 2 bars on your magic loop.
Yeah.
Everybody there?
Hey, I'm still working on getting my 3, so
Okay. Well, we're gonna do it again, so you'll be able to watch it again. All right. So we're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna yarn over, go into our magic loop, yarn over, bring that loop up, 3 loops on our hook again, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull
Wait a
through
minute,
2.
go slower.
I'll go back. Okay. So yarn over into our loop, yarn over again, pull that up through, so we have 3 on our hook. Then we're gonna do the same thing, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the second 2 loops. If you get there, that means you've made the first cluster.
This is a cluster, all right. All right, Crystal, we need you off of mute so we can hear your comments too.
I guess where I'm getting confused is where, when you do when you're trying to get the first one on,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I've got my loop, right? So
Yeah.
when I yarn over, I'm going underneath and over the top of the thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
So in a way, what I
how-
do is I
how-
almost like throw my hook, push my hook back,
Yeah.
rotate, and bring it back around. So I have a loop on my hook, kind of. I
Yeah.
go through that center loop. I'm gonna wrap it again and bring it up. That gives me my
See,
3 loops.
I'm
on the hook.
having a hard time bringing that yarn through the first hoop. You know what I mean?
through the
I
magic
know
loop.
what you mean, because I had trouble doing that too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm not wrapping the yarn right around the because I see what you're doing. So like my hook, right? My hook, the part, that you can thread the yarn underneath, it's facing
Yeah.
towards me. Okay, it's
Yeah.
facing towards me. So I'm taking my left hand. Now, do I bring that yarn over the back side of that?
I bring mine up over the top and around,
Okay, and bring it fully around.
fully around. So like almost like it catches here. See how it catches?
It catches up. Okay.
Okay. I don't need it to catch there. I'm just kind of holding it there. You can actually put your
Okay.
finger on it. Put
Yeah.
your finger that you're from your hook hand on it to hold it in place.
Yeah.
Go into your magic loop, wrap again, a loop around, and
See,
pull that loop
how
up
am I
through.
bringing,
That's
I
where
don't know.
that hook is gonna help you.
Oh, it's
I
not.
like,
No, see, it just, it's not doing it. I'm not doing it right because, I'm losing my loop. I'm losing my loop.
yeah, my loop has gotten kind of large as I went through it, that first loop. So I
Okay,
had,
so that you can pull your tail and make it smaller if it's getting out of control.
yeah, I'm out of control, all right.
But then
Yep,
see,
you
when
can-
you make it small, it's kind of too tight to be able to pull through.
Then loosen it back up.
And listening. But Jennifer, I think you're doing a really good
Yes.
job of showing us on the video. Are your hands are doing a good job of showing us
Okay.
what we
I
need.
can show you another technique if you want to try the other way. We can try making a chain and making it might be a little bit easier. I'm game for trying another technique if you think it'll work for you.
Okay, well,
Okay.
because I'm not getting this one.
All right, so just pull all your stitches out and I'll show you. Everybody else, if you're comfortable with where you are, you can stay there or you can try this one.
Oh, should we try another one?
We can try another start.
Let's
So do you know how to make a slip knot? Does everybody know how to make a slip knot? So when I make a slip knot, I have my tail here. I wrap the working yarn over top. Oh, I did this backwards. I always mess up. I just do it automatic. I have to remember how to do it. Oh, okay. Now I remember. Okay, so you take your tail end, wrap it over top of your working yarn. Flip it over to the working yarn and pull that working yarn through the center. That's your slip knot. And you'll see that it pulls your working yarn side as you make it bigger or smaller, and your tail will stay the same.
do that again.
So when I make my slip knot, I go over, I take the tail end and cross it over the working yarn. I flip my loop up.
Oh,
I hold
okay.
on to my tail and I'm going to pull the working yarn through the center to make my loop.
Okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Good?
And then you pull the working yarn through?
Yeah. I'll do it again.
Oh, I got it. I think I got it.
Okay.
No, that
That's
didn't
your
work.
slip knot.
I have a really long tail. I don't need.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. We'll get it later.
See, I'm not having a problem doing that slip
Okay,
knot.
so that
I'm
is
having-
a slip knot. You put
Yeah.
put that on your hook. Don't make it too tight because you got to be able to pull your yarn through that loop. We're gonna make a chain. So you will. Sorry.
Okay.
Stop.
I am thrilled to be able to watch what you're doing.
Okay.
Because you could be telling me and I would not, you know, seeing you do it really helps.
Okay, so for me, I hold my, I have my working yarn tension, and then I kind of hold my tail between my middle finger and my thumb.
You have reached a small residence.
Sorry about that. And what I do is I yarn over, pull that through my loop. That's one chain.
Yarn over.
Yarn over again and pull it through the loop. That's my second chain. Yarn over, pull through the loop. That's my third chain. Do that one more time. Yarn over, pull through that loop, and you should have 4 chains and then the chain on your loop or on your hook. So you should see 4 chains and the one on your hook.
I should have. You mean the one on my hook I should have plus 3 or 4?
4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the one on your hook.
Well,
Oh, I need one more.
Brian, I can't believe you're better at this than me.
I don't know
I guess
about
I'm
that.
just not coordinated enough.
It's all right. Once you have your 4 chains, you're going to take the hook and go through that first chain that at the beginning where your tail is, so that you have that one and then the working chain. You can hold all your loop stitches down here out of the way. You'll yarn over and pull through both of those loops. That's a slip stitch. Did everybody get their circle closed up?
I think I did the wrong thing, but I got it closed.
Well, hey, I got two good knots. I lost my hoop, my loop, and I've got two little knots on mine.
You try again?
Look, I show, well, see, look at, I got my two little knots right there.
Oh
You
no.
see? So do I have to cut the yarn?
If you can't get your knots out, yeah, it's probably easier just to trim it off.
All right.
Okay.
I'll have to, I don't have my little scissors. I thought I had, I gotta go get a pair of little scissors.
That's fine.
I'll be back.
That's fine.
So so tell me, we did this little thing with.
So this is your chain. You're gonna you have your chain of 4 plus the one on the hook. So that's a total of 5 loops. You go into that first chain where the tail is, onto your hook, yarn over, and come through both of them. That's considered a slip stitch. And then it should kind of look like this, where you have, if I can pull this apart where you can see it. Where's my?
Bring it closer to the camera.
Let me trying to open my stitches up so I can get my finger in there.
Well, let me ask you, did
Kind of see? Can you kind of see how I can get my finger in there?
Yeah.
That's your loop that we're gonna work in.
Did you put your hook in first and then yarn over, or did you yarn
Yes.
over?
Yes. Nope. Hook in first and yarn over, and then pull that loop through both of those.
So you end up with 2, or pull it through both?
Through both. So you should
Yeah.
have just one on your hook.
Well, mine's pretty pitiful, but
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, buckle my shoe.
Yep.
Ooh, that looks pretty pitiful.
So you should have you have to find that little circle that's in there. Okay. Then we're gonna do 3 more, or we're gonna have 2 more chains that we're gonna put into this one that's on our hook right now. So we're going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through. So then we have 3 chains standing on top of our circle, counting the one that's on our hook. You see that? 3 chains?
1, 2, 3 with your needle in the, or your hook.
Yep, with the one in your hook.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you need me to go back and start again for you now that you have your scissors?
I can't find my scissors. I'm watching. Brian's
Okay.
recording this, so I'll have to just go back.
He in the email that he sent us today, there's a video. The second YouTube link in the middle of that email, that one will have a really good, she does a great job. So just keep watching that. Rewind, back, rewind, back. Okay, so we have our 3 on their chain here. We're gonna make that double crochet again. So we're going to yarn over. We need to get into the center of that circle of chains we just made.
Wait a minute.
Yarn over. Bring that loop up through the center to where we have our 3 chains on our hook again. Then we'll yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the second 2.
I think I'm doing this wrong.
Now we have 2 bars.
I'm glad you're recording this, Brian.
Yeah. I don't know.
We can play that video if we need to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you want to play the video? Maybe that'll help.
Yeah, it might help.
All right, let's remove spotlight. Let's do.
Times. Bring the first loop over the second,
All right, you want me to go back a little?
No, I think we're okay. Unless
Okay.
it,
Any square. I've
wherever you
seen
got,
many
wherever you
new
guys need.
makers get frustrated
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Play, just go from there. It's fine.
with this technique, but I recently stumbled upon a foolproof method. Start by laying the tail of the yarn over the palm of your hand. Wrap the yarn around your first finger 2 times. Bring the first loop over the second, and the second loop up and over your finger. Hold on to the yarn tails and lift up with your finger. You should now have something that looks like a slip knot, but it's actually an adjustable ring. Begin round 1 by inserting your hook. Hold on to the knot, yarn over, and pull up a loop. We're going to
Oh,
follow that with 2 chains, which counts as your first double crochet. So there's 1 and 2.
okay.
We're going to place 2 more double crochets into our ring. Yarn over, pull up a loop in the ring, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through just 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops again. And that completes your double crochet. Let's do one more here. Yarn over and pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we've got 3 double crochets in this group. We're going to follow that with a chain 1 for our first round and do another set of 3 double crochet. Here's 1, 2, and 3. And follow that with a chain 1. And we're going to do that 2 more times. So 3 double crochets followed by a chain 1. Here's 2 and 3. Follow that with a chain 1.
It's easy. Just
One
do
more set. Here's 1 double
You can
crochet.
pause it if you need to.
Here's 2 and 3.
I think we're better off watching it for a minute, and then I'll go
Follow
back.
that with a chain 1.
That's fine.
We're going to lift up our
That's
loop,
what I was trying
drop
to
our
figure
hook,
out.
bring the tail of our magic ring to the front, and pull firmly to close the center of our ring.
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
That's what we're doing?
Insert your
Yep.
hook, and we're going to slip stitch in the second chain of our starting chain 2. So there's 1 and 2 chains. Insert into that chain, yarn over, pull through both loops for a slip stitch. And that completes round 1 of our granny square. If we take a closer look,
wow.
you can see we have 4 sets, 1, 2, 3, and 4 sets of double crochet groups. Let's move on to round 2 of our granny square, as well as tip number 3. Work in turned rounds when making granny squares to prevent twisting. My first granny square project had a major twisting problem, which made it look like the center of my blanket was in a vortex. If you're used to granny squares looking like this, but you want ones that look like this, turning the rounds will solve your problem. Here's how to do it. After finishing the slip stitch to join round 1,
All right, I'll go back.
I think starting over, yeah. Mine certainly doesn't look like hers.
yarn over and pull up a loop.
Oh, a little bit further.
We're going to
And I will say one thing.
Start by laying the tail.
Good.
In this video, she does 1 chain between each cluster. In other videos, she does 2 chains between each cluster. I've even seen up to 3 chains between each cluster. This is to create your corners. And when she goes to the next round, she'll do 2 chains. So I always do 2 chains. That's just how I like to do it. But that's like a preference. I've seen there's like no right and wrong, if that makes sense.
Right.
All right, you guys ready? I'm going to start it from scratch.
The yarn over the
And I'm
palm
gonna
of your
watch
hand. Wrap the yarn around your first finger 2 times. Bring the first loop over the second, and the second loop up and over your finger. Hold on to the yarn tails and lift up with your finger. You should now have something that looks like a slip knot, but it's actually an adjustable ring. Begin round 1 by inserting your hook, hold on to the knot, yarn over, and pull up a loop. We're going to follow that with 2 chains, which counts as your first double crochet. So there's 1 and 2. We're going to place 2 more double crochets into our ring. Yarn over, pull up a loop in the ring, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through just 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops again. And that completes your double crochet. Let's do one more here. Yarn over and pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we've got 3 double crochets in this group. We're going to follow that with a chain 1 for our first round and do another set of 3 double crochet. Here's 1, 2, and 3. And follow that with a chain 1. And we're going to do that 2 more times. So 3 double crochets followed by a chain 1. Here's 2 and 3. Follow that with a chain 1. One more set. Here's 1 double crochet. Here's 2 and 3.
Brian,
Yeah.
Follow that with a chain 1.
I've got to
We're
step
going to
out.
lift up our
Going
loop,
on.
drop our hook.
But
I've got to step out with my dog.
okay.
You guys go ahead. I'll follow what it.
How's everybody else doing? I'm curious.
Did anybody get their square started yet?
Look at mine. Can you see mine?
No.
I just see your fingers.
You just make. Okay, I don't
Oh,
know
there.
where-
I mean, look at mine.
I don't think it's right.
That's okay.
I think
Oh
mine
my
is
goodness.
not.
Brian, you're doing good. You're doing better than me.
I
I'll
don't
take
know
mine
about
out.
that.
I'll be right back. I gotta go check on Rod, make sure he doesn't have to use the bathroom.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Okay, Rod.
Yeah, this has got me feeling pretty stupid right now.
No, don't. You don't understand how much I had to learn to do that. It takes practice.
It's funny. I remember watching my grandma knit when I was a kid. Or crochet, I guess. Yours looks good. Look at you. You got a nice little square going.
I also use, like I said, I use 2 chains in my corners instead of 1. I've seen her do both. I've also seen patterns that use 3. 3 is too open for me. I don't like 3. Did you get yours?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, mine's like a big
Did you
knot.
get
But I'm trying. I'm having fun. And I was already thinking I gotta figure out how to do this because it's pissing me off. So I'm gonna have to like study a tutorial on it. Watch the video.
Well, I've used, like I said, I rewind, play it again, rewind, play it again, because she goes faster than I can go. Especially like as she gets to the end, I have to pause it and catch up.
Yeah.
But that's the one nice thing with these YouTube videos is you can learn a lot of really neat stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's how I always fix my car is YouTube videos.
That's what we used to. Oh, look at you! You're doing good.
Crystal's doing good. Oh, she is doing good. Look at that.
Yep.
Did you guys have fun on the Potomac, Crystal?
Yeah, we did. Hubby still talk about
Good.
buying some canoes.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah.
I
Let
know
me
that
see that again, Crystal.
hers is looking good.
Golly, that's great.
Yeah, when she was doing it, I realized what she was doing. She stayed in the first hole. The
Yeah.
first hole that we created, she stayed in that. I was trying to go through the other, and it wasn't
Right,
working
right.
for me.
And
So I
that's what I
pulled it back
mean.
out. Right, I pulled it back out, and I realized what she was doing. She stayed in the very first hole we created.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you have the option to pull the string to make it tighter when you finally get it in. So
Right, right. That's what's the great thing about the videos. I tried to make a video and I was just like getting so frustrated. I'm like, she has such good videos. I don't know why I'm not just sharing her video with you guys because it's so much easier. And
Yeah.
you can pause it, you can go back to it. If you're not getting it right now, it's okay. Like go back, watch it again. And just keep trying. I was
yeah, because
doing
when
this
she does the
one.
circle, she stays in the very first one we did. So if you keep your mind when she kept going back, I was like, oh, I
Now-
know they're trying to go in the knot that I created, not the knot that I used to
Right.
secure. So she was just using that first one. So yeah.
Let me ask you, since my little boy has to go pee every once in a while. I'm gonna start over again.
Go ahead.
And
Do you
do
wanna-
I put 4 and then
Here, Brian, do you wanna play the video again for her?
Yeah. I'll restart the video for you, Ann. Let's go back. We'll go to right there. We'll go
I'm
left.
not giving up, you guys. I'm gonna watch this stuff and I'm gonna keep practicing.
I'm kind
Yeah,
of
and
determined to figure this out.
Begin round 1.
Oh, go ahead, Jen. I'm sorry.
I agree, Crystal. I agree, Carol.
I used to do this all the time. It's just a matter of relearning it.
Yep.
And Brian, I printed out all your things that you sent us so that I have the different types of stitches.
Now I don't have that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I sent it
Well,
out.
I have a printer. So I printed it out.
I'll send it all out to you, Ann. I'll make sure you get it. All right.
I may have it, but anyway, let's
Start over.
Stumbled upon a foolproof method. Start by laying the tail of the yarn over the palm of your hand. Wrap the yarn around your first finger 2 times. Bring the first loop over the second, and the second loop up and over your finger. Hold on to the yarn tails and lift up with your finger. You should now have something that looks like a slip knot, but it's actually an adjustable ring. Begin round 1 by inserting your hook. Hold on to the knot, yarn over, and pull up a loop. We're going to follow that with 2 chains, which counts as your first double crochet. So there's 1
wait a minute.
and 2.
Uh-oh.
We're going to place
That's just four loops, right?
well, you have your center ring, and then you should have 3 loops counting the one that's on your hook. So you have your center ring, then 2 loops and a loop that's on your hook.
Oh, I have an extra loop. See, I
Do you have
don't,
your center ring open big enough? Maybe you're counting your center ring as a loop.
well, So I don't count it as a loop?
No, so if you see in her picture there, she has her thumb and middle finger holding her loop, and then she has the 3 chains. So she has a chain on her hook and 2 chains under it that are attached to her loop. Can you see it?
Oh, yeah. I have this dog that keeps getting under my arm.
That doesn't help.
He's just such a help. Okay, go ahead. I still may have one extra.
You'll be all right.
So go ahead.
Okay, I can go.
2 more double crochets into our ring. Yarn over, pull up a loop in the ring, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through just 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops again. And that completes your double crochet. Let's do one more here. Yarn over and pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we've got 3 double crochets in this group. We're going to follow that with a chain 1 for our first round
Wait a minute.
and do another set of 3 double crochet. Here's 1, 2,
You didn't hear me, Brian.
Oh, what's that?
and 3.
I'm in my own little world. What's up?
Well, you got to be in our little world too.
You want me to start over again?
No, don't start over, but I've got my 3.
Go back to where she makes the double crochet.
I've got my 3 little whatevers, and then we go down into. No, I've done the double crochet, but there's
Okay, we're
see 3 pieces.
okay. So you got them, and then you're
Well,
gonna
that's
do
good.
a chain.
But
Yeah, you
then
do a
what-
chain 1, which is
What do I
Is your-
do?
Oh,
a
here.
chain 1.
Here, you show her.
So you-
Okay. And then
so you'll
what?
do a chain 1, which is just like you yarn over and pull it through the loop. So that's a chain 1. She does a chain 1. I do a chain 2. You can do 1 or 2 there. Whatever you do, just do it all the way through the same. So when I do my clusters, I don't know if you can see it on here. I have a cluster, 2 chains, a cluster, 2 chains, a cluster, 2 chains, a cluster, 2 chains, and then I join it. On her video, on this particular video, her first round, she does 1 chain between her clusters. Other videos, she's done 2 chains between her clusters. There's not a right or wrong. You're
Okay.
just creating a gap to go through on your next round.
Now I'm going to go into the next round.
So you'll make 3 double crochet clusters, a chain 1 or chain 2, whichever. I do the 2. And then
I
till
do.
you
Wait a
have-
minute. You went too fast. I'm doing 2 double crochet cluster.
yeah, three double crochets, then 2 chains, then 3 double crochets, 2 chains. So what you're gonna end with is 4 clusters of what look like double crochets, and then your corners, which will be 1 or 2 chains, whichever you did.
All right. So there goes.
Let's see if I can hold it up here. Can you see it okay? You gotta find the
Well, that's
camera.
nice. Looks good.
And then once you close up, when you get into that top of that other chain, when you close it up, you're just gonna slip stitch it in. So it'll be like, do this one here. So you're gonna go into the top of that very first one. You're gonna you grab both bars of that stitch.
Wait a minute. You're going too fast for me.
No, that's okay.
So you said.
I'll start again when you get there.
2, okay. And then go through this.
How's everyone's week going so far at the beginning?
Well, it was going good till tonight. No.
Come
Now,
on, at least you got a few laughs in here.
that's right. Now, I've done 1, 2, 3 sets. Do I need to do a fourth?
A fourth set.
Okay.
How was your Father's Day, Brian?
Good. We had a big barbecue. Me, my dad, my kids.
But didn't you all go out on the boat?
That was
Filming too?
Jennifer didn't come, but yeah, I went. My dad came too. That was on Saturday.
Yeah.
Is that what, Crystal, you did?
Yep.
Mhm.
I saw Crystal having fun talking to Mr. Wade the whole time.
In the Mr. Bill moment?
Wade, James Wade.
Yeah,
I like him. He's nice.
he's nutty.
You're nutty.
Hey, I married a crazy person. What you expect?
Your husband had fun.
I always say that my husband's sense of humor and lack of understanding of anxiety is what grounds me, because if he lost his shit like I did, we would be a crazy mess. But he's so calm, and I'm like the crazy one.
See, this is so much fun to just talk to each other like this too. And
Oh, I think so.
and to practice these things, and we don't have to even go out of our house to get therapy. Now,
Well, and
I've done,
that's what I wanted to encourage some of the other veterans, even if they didn't want to crochet on the event, to get on and talk and just fellowship with us.
now I've done 4 little thingies. What do I do next?
All right, did you finish with your chains to finish up your corner?
I
So
don't
you
know what-
have so you have your cluster, your chains, your
You know what?
cluster,
I
your
know what I
chains.
did
You have
wrong.
to finish with chains.
I have 2 chains. I've been doing 2 all the way around.
Okay, perfect. So when you get here, you're going to go to the top of that first stitch that we made, and you'll see there's like 2 bars there. You want to pick up both those bars, yarn over, pull through those bars and through the loop on your hook. So it'll connect it like this. Is that showing up okay? Okay, good. All right. Now we're going to chain 2 into that stitch. So you'll yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. We're building a stitch. You see it there? How it's built up?
Good.
Okay. Then we turn our work.
Oh,
So just turn your square over. So it was this way, and I'm just gonna flip it over.
And
Okay.
that's so it doesn't
Okay.
turn like she said.
Yeah. And then we're gonna work into these spaces between our clusters. So these spaces that we created in our clusters, that's where we're gonna put more clusters.
Oh, cool.
So this chain that we just created, that counts as our first double crochet of our next cluster. So we need to create 2 more. So yarn over into that chain space, yarn over, pull up your loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and you do that a second time. You should have like 3 bars in that space. Is that coming through okay?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that's how
And
you get rid of
because
the
this is-
holes.
Yeah. And because this is a corner, we're going to do that chain 2 again to create the corner again. So you'll chain 2. And we're going to go right back into that same place we were just at, that same space. And we're going to do another cluster of 3 double crochets.
the same hole.
The same hole. Yep. Because we're creating that corner on the next row.
I hope we are.
You are. And it should look something like this when you're done. That's coming out. So
You
you'll
put-
have all in there. You'll have your cluster of 3, your 2 chains, and your cluster all in that same space. Is that showing up okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. There's different patterns out there. You'll see different ones where they may do a chain between your clusters on your straight sides. I don't do that. I like it to be tight. So I go right into this next space. I'm going to do the same thing I just did in this first one. 3
Now, let
double
me-
crochets, 2 chains, and 3 double crochets.
What do you mean the next space? The next big hole?
The next big hole there, that's that chain space that you created in the first round. We're going to do that same thing. 3 double crochets, 2 chains, and 3 double crochets all in that space right there. Okay, so you yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. That's our first cluster in that space.
Don't give up, Crystal. I have to get my scissors to cut my knots out before I can even continue. I gotta go to the store tomorrow and get myself some scissors.
When you get your cluster of 3, you'll do your 2 chains again, and then another cluster of 3 in that same space again.
You did? Well, thank you. I'm watching. Yeah.
And it should look something like that.
Okay.
So basically you have half of your second row done.
It will turn off automatically. It will beep.
I get it.
What happened? Did everybody get that far yet? Still going?
I'm on the second row. I mean,
Okay. You're gonna keep doing the same thing all the way around. So you'll just do another cluster of 3, chain 2, cluster of 3 in that next chain space that's open.
and when you get to the end of this,
You'll join just like you did the first round. You'll join up again like that in that same like slip stitch. how we joined up we closed up the first round. One of my favorite things about this pattern, once you get the hang of it, and it takes practice, is that you can create a whole blanket just doing this.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Oh,
I
that
don't
looks
have
good,
to, like,
Ann.
I
See,
don't like to,
Jennifer.
yeah, it looks good. Yeah. So once you have that second round, basically we're going to repeat the same thing. The only difference is as we get to the other rounds, we'll have some single clusters because like on this next round you have 3 chain spaces versus 2. So you'll have in your corners, you're always going to have 2 clusters and 2 chains. And then in your center spaces that are on the flat sides, those will just get 3 double crochet cluster. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So just remember, you're going to build your chain. So you're going to chain 2 to start and flip your work. And then you'll see you're in the middle of the square, not a corner now. So we're just going to make 2 double crochets into this space that is right here. Okay. See that space? So we're going to do our 2 double crochets into that space. And that'll make our first cluster. So it'll kind of look like this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Then you're going to go to your corner, and because it's a corner, you're going to do 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets. What I like about this pattern too is it's a nice repetitive. So I can sit and watch TV once I got the hang of it and kind of mindlessly do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to look down and see what I'm doing, but I mean, it's not a lot of counting where I have to super focus once I got the hang of it. Like some patterns are a lot of counting, and I always get frustrated because someone interrupts me when I'm in the middle of counting. I tried to knit a pair of socks for my husband, and I was doing great till I got to the heel. And I had to count so much. And every time I tried to count, the kids would interrupt me. The dog would interrupt me. My husband would interrupt me. I think I took those socks apart about 5 times. And finally, when I got to the turning the heel again, I said, you know what? I don't care if it's wrong. It's just going to be what it is. And I finished the sock. They weren't perfect, but they fit.
Good for you.
So after you do that corner, you're in the middle of again. So you just do your single cluster of 3 double crochets, and you just keep working that same pattern all the way around. And I also find the repetitive motion to be soothing when I'm anxious. This is something I try to pick up when my anxiety is really high. Like my daughter leaves to go back to school or it's like super quiet in the house because nobody else is home and I can feel my anxiety building. I try to pick this up because it gives me something to do, and the repetitive motion, it like focuses me.
Yeah.
I don't know if that explains it. It can if I'm having a bad day, picking this up and focusing on this can also like help with my sad thoughts. I don't know. That's one of the things that draws me to doing crochet. And I also really like to follow the YouTube videos, because if I'm really having trouble focusing, my thoughts are running away with me, trying to get into learning something new from a YouTube video, a new stitch, it's a good distraction for me, just like maybe picking up a book to read. So I find that helpful. I don't know if anyone else finds that helpful.
Yeah, because then you don't have to concentrate.
Right. So it's one of the things that we talk a lot about in my counseling sessions is like thought switching, a distraction. What can you do? I'm a binge eater, so finding something that is a distraction, keeping my hands busy means I can't put food in my face. So those are things. This is how I came to do this, and that's why I find it soothing.
This might help me because I like to binge.
Well, I did really good a while back. I lost 83 pounds about 2 years ago. I was doing really good like the first 6 months, and then I gained about 20 pounds back, and it's been a struggle to try to lose it to get back to where I was. And it's not about a size for me. I had to redo my wardrobe twice, and it was expensive, and I just want my clothes to fit. So I just want to get to where my clothes, it's not about a number, it's more about getting to where my clothes fit and conquering my need to fill that void with food. So
Did I see Gerard get on here?
I thought he did, but I don't know where he went. I don't know if he's on or not.
Nah, it was my other account. It just had his name on it.
Oh,
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Are you going to pick up your girls?
Yeah, I gotta run to cheer, but I'm gonna keep it going.
I've got to stop because my arm is starting to hurt.
Nope, it's totally fine. I understand. I've been having trouble with my shoulder, and I have to watch. Sometimes when I sit in my recliner, I tend to lean on that side.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, and then I put pressure on my elbow, and my hand goes numb, or my shoulder starts to ache, and then I go up to bed, and I'm like, why does my arm hurt so bad? I didn't do anything all day.
Yeah, I am gonna have to see neurology sometime soon. I see my primary care next week. So I'm gonna talk to her about seeing neurology because I have a lot of issues on my left arm.
That's me. I've been having a lot of problems, and I did PT. I got some of the strength back, but I'm having pain or numbness intermittently, and
Yeah.
Orthopedic just told me basically that my next step were injections because I have cubital tunnel syndrome, but not severe enough to require surgery, which is fine. I don't really want to have surgery. But they said something could be going on in the cervical spine, but my MRI for neurology didn't show anything new, so I don't know what's causing it.
Well, you just have to take it one step at a time.
Yep. It's just frustrating.
Now I've reached, I think, where.
Hey guys, I gotta go. Supper's ready. I gotta feed the old man.
All right. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
And I will get my scissors tomorrow and start this again.
Sounds good.
I guess.
Right. When are we meeting next? When are we going to meet again?
I don't know if we've decided yet, but I will make sure we send out an email of what the dates are. And if you're on Facebook, I have a Facebook group. It's PVA Colonial Chapter Arts and Crafts Club, I think is what it's called. We can send the link out for that too. We'll put stuff on there. I think that's a great place for everyone to share anything that they're working on, whether it's crochet or painting or woodworking, models, whatever. Just share what you're working on.
All right. See you later. Thank you.
Well,
Bye.
Bye.
Yours looks so nice. Mine's just
Practice.
See, mine's just a circle.
That's okay. My first ones were not nice. It took a while. And the nice thing with crochet is you can take it out and start over. You can take it out and start over and keep practicing until it looks the way you
Yeah.
want. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I did that. I would rework the same swatch, learning a new pattern, like, you know,
Yeah.
10 times. And I'm like, okay, now I think I have it.
Well, I've got to stop because my arm is aching a lot. And Brian, I guess we need to, Crystal, are you ready to stop?
Oh, I was like, I'm just gonna watch the video over again. It's easy. I mean, once I know where she's starting at, but I took and started over again. Like she said, you could keep starting over, and I kept getting it until eventually it will be second nature. So I'm gonna watch the video again and then keep going. And then by the time we get together again, I'm hoping I'm past where she at right now.
Okay.
Yes.
I think it's definitely fun. I would like to try to set up another time just for like a crochet along, whether you're working on this or something else that you're practicing. That we could just get on and chit chat to do that, and then we'll see what else. Brian has some other ideas too. I think there's some events he's working on as far as things that get donated or whatever with those kits. I really love those kits. I so want to do that VA ID wallet, Brian. That's one of the things I really like.
And Brian, I'll be in the
Okay,
office
that's
tomorrow to bring you that the thing for the festival at the hospital that y'all
Okay.
guys need to sign off.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. I missed you, Crystal.
Yeah.
Nice to see
I
you.
know you
Also,
love me.
So do we
we
want to
get-
do another Tuesday another Tuesday night? Does this work for everybody on Tuesday night, or you want a different night or a different time?
Tuesday works for me because I have other things going on during other times. So
Right.
yeah.
I feel like Wednesdays are getting pretty filled up with other groups
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think if also Tuesday's fine, I think so far for me. But I think if we do more frequently at the beginning of this, it may be better. I don't want to wait a month.
No, I would
I don't
definitely
think.
like to do do it more
Bi-weekly?
frequently as well. Whether it's it could be weekly, bi-weekly, whatever. I do have a 3-week vacation coming up. The like mid-July into the very beginning of August. So I will be away. I won't be able to do crochet or not that Brian can't have something else going on or whatever. It won't matter.
Yeah, because I know I'll be away too, but I won't be back until after the 17th, I do believe.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
2 weeks would we be good?
we
Every
don't.
2 weeks should be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, 2 weeks, and then we can just play it by ear.
that sounds great to me.
Sounds perfect.
You know. So
Sounds great.
okay, I'll have to watch that video too again.
Yeah, just watch the video and slow it down. You can slow it down. You can
Yeah, you
slow
can
the
slow it
video down.
down. You can pause it.
That's-
You can rewind. You can.
Jennifer, you have done a really good job tonight.
Oh, thank you so much. I had fun with you guys. I've been nervous because I wanted it. I didn't want you to be frustrated. And then I was like, how can I make it so it's not frustrating? Because I know for me, I have to like go back, start. And I was like, oh, wait, I should just send you the videos. It'll be so much easier.
Yeah,
Well-
and she can take it apart and put it back together until she said, okay, now I got it. So it's not a big
Right,
deal.
right. And
See, it's a
another when you get the hang of it, if you want to try, if you wind your ball into like
A ball.
split in half into smaller groups, you can actually use 2 strands with this hook, and it's this, if you can see the difference
Yeah.
of how much thicker it looks with that big
Yeah.
hook versus the stringiest that we get with the hook with just 1 strand. But that's once you get the hang of it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I thank you so much, Jennifer. And
Oh, thank you.
And I'll try to do. I was like, I'm not going to be able to make everything because I have other things going on right now. But I will get the hang of it, and I will show you what I have achieved.
All right, good. Are you on the Facebook? I feel like you're on the Facebook.
I am on the Facebook. I will get the notifications. Sometimes I don't always go to the because I
No,
get
it's fine. Go in there. Share your progress. I think it'd be fun to share everybody's progress.
yeah. So I appreciate you. Good night. Bye, Amy.
Good
Love you.
night.
Bye,
Bye,
Brian.
Sandy.
Brian already logged out of his phone, so he's already going to get his girl. So bye. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. You're the one who deserves thanks.
All right. Take care.